Hey, thanks for joining me. Hope you're doing well. There are higher levels of reality, multiple dimensions, but through ignorance, we are currently limited within this 3D existence where we keep reincarnating with amnesia and playing this game. The Saturn Moon Matrix has bound us to this third dimension, this flat plane, and this is a reflection of the duality we chose a long time ago. But many of us are waking up to the truth of this matrix, and we are being called home. Mount Meru is at the literal center of our holographic universe, the axis that runs through the cosmic egg. The world axis, or axis mundi, is the pillar talked about in various mythologies around the world. It expresses a point of connection between sky and earth at the very center of cosmology. At the axis mundi, travel and communication is made between the higher and lower realms. Mount Meru is the name of the Buddhist and Hindu axis mundi, but we also have the Greek Mount Olympus, the German Irminsul, the Persian High Hera, the Norse Yggdrasil, and a whole host of other world trees. The swastika is the image made by the Big Dipper's movement throughout the seasons. It is the sign of the pole, thus of the rotational movement which is achieved around the center of the immutable axis mundi. The Mahabharata gives a clear description of this magnetic mountain, Mount Meru, leaving no doubt that its location is at the North Pole. In chapters 163 and 164, the Indian hero Arjuna's visit to the mountain is described in detail. At Meru, the sun and the moon go round from left to right every day, and so do all the stars. The mountain, by its luster, so overcomes the darkness of night, that the night can hardly be distinguished from the day. The reference to the luster of the mountain is especially interesting. In all probability, it is a description of the splendors of the aurora borealis, visible at the North Pole. The center vortex is conjoined to the axis mundi, hitting Mount Meru with its resplendent rays. At Mount Meru, we can choose to walk into a higher frequency, but that's if you make it past the Bifrost Bridge, located at the Norse Yggdrasil. In the Norse text Gylfaginning, the Bifrost Bridge is described as the pathway between heaven and earth, Asgard and Midgard. Bifrost means the swaying road to heaven. This has also been called Al-Sirat. Al-Sirat is, according to Islam, the narrow bridge which every person must pass in order to enter paradise. To cross this bridge, we must be aligned with divine intent. Me and thousands of others have already gathered for this journey by alchemically sealing our names in the Book of Life with our blood. If you want to come with us, write down "I intend to bring forth heaven on earth," spill a few drops of your blood, and upload it next to ours. The first wave of this journey is projected to occur in 2019. Myself and a few others will continue to make videos, and in the first quarter of 2018, we will follow our compasses, journey to Mount Meru, and film the entire process. Once this footage is released of the North Pole vortex, my blood brethren throughout the world will prepare for the first wave in 2019. Blood over intent is for the benefit of all. We've connected our blood side by side, proclaiming that we intend to bring forth heaven on earth. This selfless statement to the universe has ejected us from this matrix and is leading us to the Holy Grail, where the aurora borealis shoots out of. The story of Jesus Christ is an astrological allegory for the sun passing through the zodiac each year, where he meets his death during the winter solstice. Jesus' blood is collected at the time of crucifixion, meaning Jesus the Son places his light into the center vortex, or what the Babylonians called Bab Elam, the gate of God. Through this portal is the black sun. The black sun is the power source or engine of all realities in our universe. It creates the sun, the stars, the moon, materializes our thoughts and intent, and is indeed a black hole into other universes. We are ready to undergo the transformation and be rebirthed into the etheric paradise known as Hyperborea. Hyper is a prefix meaning beyond, and Borea refers to the aurora borealis. The serpent-tailed Boreas, Greek god of the north wind, was another name for the demiurge talked about in Gnosticism. In my video on the Gnostic Sophia, I discuss who the demiurge is and what effect he has on our plane. The demiurge is Satan, or Saturn as he was called in a previous age. Just like how the serpent Boreas is the demiurge birthed from Sophia, the serpent Ophion in the Pelasgian creation myth is birthed from the mother goddess Eurynome. Saturn the demiurge is Father Time, or the Grim Reaper. In 2019, we are taking the Exodus past the aurora borealis, Hyperboreas, past the north wind, to a paradise untouched by the demiurge's spell. The Earth Spirit is feminine. This is why we call her Mother Earth. Her anatomy and function is represented microcosmically. Our mother's vaginal lips give birth to new life, acting as a stargate for souls to enter a new realm of existence. All people have a womb of the mind, the subconscious, that gives birth to their intents, their desires, and what they focus on. This is the Black Sun, the source of this feminine spirit, who births our intent into fruition and will birth us out of her vaginal vortex. This is Sophia. This is Lilith. This is Gaia. This is Eurynome. Realize that the same story is being told to us throughout the ages over and over again, just with different goddess names. Be a part of the first wave of people to descend into ascension. I'm not here to convince anybody who doesn't resonate with this message, but if it's calling to you, it's apparent that you are a true being from Source. It's my strong opinion that those gravitating towards blood over intent and this exodus are the true souls who have recognized that our time in this physical world is coming to an end. There are no more than 144,000 beings who possess actual souls, and we are going back to the Garden of Eden to perform other cosmic duties and escape this virus that has infiltrated our current reality. To find the Garden of Eden, we must travel to the Axis Mundi, where the energies from lower realms may ascend to higher ones, where the flat earth trinity of sun, black sun, and astral light meet. Thank you for watching. I love you all.
If a central sun does indeed exist in the center of the earth, surely wouldn't we be able to see some kind of illumination being given when you look down over the opening?
Yes.
Now that's a valid point there, Dr. Frank.
Very simple answer. You've heard of the aurora borealis?
Aurora borealis, yes.
There it is.
Wow.
That's the evidence.
Now, aurora borealis, does that only appear at certain times of the year?
Not really.
No?
Not really, no. The borealis is seen quite a few times during the course of a year.
But if we were to go and look directly over the opening,
Yes.
could we see anything? Could we
You
see
would
any illumination?
definitely see the light.
Right. Okay, so we're up here, and everything's going away from us. It's constantly dying out. It's constantly getting farther away. It's constantly, energy is constantly moving that way. And then if we're over here, everything's constantly coming to us. You think an idea, and remember, there would be no thinks, there would be no perceiving, it would simply be. You would simply have the perception of it instantly created, or at least the experience, the sensation, the feeling of it, and it would automatically exist. It wouldn't have to, you wouldn't have to chase it and build it and construct it and put it together. It would come to you. You get it? So if we actually existed there, there would be no degradation, there would be no death, there would be no decay. And so the black hole is the electromagnetic energy, whereas, or not the black hole, but the black sun. You can't see, or you can see the visible sun. It's there, it's doing that, you can feel it, whatever. Because it's hitting your body, meaning it's hitting your holographic body, meaning it's hitting your physical form. So then the black hole sun is the one that makes your mind work.
So the inner Earth, the inner sun, is the black sun.
Yes.
But it's got a residue of a light round it.
Yeah.
As the energy shell round it, which provides light for the inner Earth.
Right.
Which is on the lower side of the Earth's crust.
Yeah.
Is this? We're just talking about it in a mechanical 3D way.
Okay.
And then that's the real inner Earth, whereas the underground tunnels, which are maybe a few hundred feet down, or half a mile down, or a mile down, those are nothing to do. We're not talking about.
Well, there's oceans and forestry and all sorts in the pockets in the inner Earth. There's oceans, and there's forests and oceans and beaches, and the fruit that is there is incomparable to anything that's here because it's so polluted. The surface is so polluted.
When pilots fly northern polar flights, they cannot fly directly over the North Pole. There is no North Pole. You fly around the pole. Why do you fly around the pole? Because there's a big frickin' hole up there.